Personal hygiene and disease control in the Philippines. Now, you're probably wondering how on earth I could make an issue out of personal hygiene amongst Filipinos, right? Now, this is a country full of sweet-smelling and clean people, no question about it. Despite the tropical heat, you very rarely smell a stinky armpit. No one wears dirty clothes with stains. No one has dirty shoes. School kids go to school with toothbrushes and toothpaste for after lunch. And ladies generally take great care of their lady areas, and that's all I'll say on that subject. Yes, the level of personal hygiene has long impressed me here. When you would see girls walking out of slum areas on their way to work looking absolutely immaculate, and kids' school uniforms always crisp and white, and I think of my years as a single dad and, never working out how somebody could get sweat stains out of collars. My boys' school shirts always had stains on them. But then as a parent in Australia, I wasn't particularly alone there. They wouldn't cut it here in the Philippines at all. But the issue for this article is not about general body cleanliness matters, but more about avoiding sharing disease and infection from one person to another. And it's something that Australian Filipina couples need to be aware of. Now, sharing diseases in the Philippines. It's a blunt heading, but this is the issue. Filipinos are a bit too relaxed when it comes to controlling the spread of bacteria and disease amongst each other. Now, the Philippines has a high incidence of hepatitis B. In particular, 1 in 7 adults in the Philippines have it. This compares with about 1 in 100 in Australia. There's also hepatitis A and hepatitis C. Apparently about 1% of the population has hepatitis C. Tuberculosis and rising rates of HIV. And this is accentuated by poverty, of course. Now, Filipinos have a habit of sharing food and drink with each other, and this is a great way to spread disease. Hepatitis B and tuberculosis can be spread by saliva. Drink out of the same bottle, or dip your saliva-covered utensils or eating fingers in the same plate or the same banana leaf of food, and you will definitely share saliva with others. And people do this all the time. Now, Filipinos are a sociable people, and sharing food is as natural as breathing. Arrive anywhere when food is being eaten and you will be invited to share it. Comment on what a Filipino is eating and they will offer you some, and they expect you to dig right in. And the same thing when you are eating something yourself. Don't be too surprised if somebody wants to taste it. And small children, those under 10 that is, are often fed very informally by whoever is there. And rather than having a plate of their own, the child is running around the room. And if the child is in reach, it's normal practice to get a bit of food off your plate, by utensils or the same fingers that somebody's been eating with, and stick it in the child's mouth. And if the child wants something you're eating, don't be too surprised to find that same small child with mouth open in front of you. I'm not comfortable with this for a number of reasons, and spread of disease is one of them. For any of you with kids here in the Philippines, you absolutely must train them not to share food or drink with their friends at school. Taking a bite of what somebody else is eating, or drinking from a bottle or somebody else's cup, is also very, very common. Now, my girls will tend to just, give the bottle to the other kid and say, keep it, because fortunately they have listened to me. And no one is allowed to feed our kids from their plates if they're here. Other area, the kitchen sink. Strange topic, strange area. Look, this is another area that tends to trouble me, and it's why I've insisted that everyone in our household washes their hands in the bathroom and never in the kitchen sink. And let me explain why this can lead to disease. Now, has everybody heard of E. coli? I think most of you know this is a bacteria that's quite capable of causing you to be very ill, and in some cases even kill you if it's bad enough. Now, some issues. E. coli, it comes from fecal matter, which means it comes from poo. And that means you wash your hands after using the toilet, and you may have had poo under your fingernails. It goes straight in the sink. Now, E. coli is what's known as a thermotolerant coliform. How about that for a good word? Now, a coliform is a type of bacteria, and thermotolerant means it tolerates hotter than normal heat before it gets killed. Now, in fact, with E. coli, you need to subject that to 70 degrees Celsius for a couple of minutes before to kill it, and that is pretty hot. Now, and before you think that washing up, doing the washing the dishes in hot water will control E. coli, you can't wash up in 70-degree water. You can tolerate 42 to 44 degrees Celsius water, and that's about it. Past that, you'll end up with serious burns. 70 degrees Celsius, you'd end up with third-degree burns if you were trying to wash up in that. So the issue is that washing your toilet hands in the kitchen sink, realise that you or somebody in the household could end up very sick as a result. And it's not just E. coli. There are plenty of ordinary bacteria from dirty hands, from ordinary daily activities that would be better off not on the drinking glasses. Yeah, so anyway, I hope this article prompts a bit of awareness of this issue, and I hope it leads to a few positive changes. Thank you. This video was brought to you by Down Under Visa, who specialise in visas for Australian Filipina couples. Please visit our website and complete a free visa assessment form, and please watch some of our other videos. Thank you.